Good morning and welcome to another conversation with Mose. And as always, I pray life is treating you well wherever you are in the world, and that you're one day closer to your dreams, hopes, and prayers coming true. And as always, my podcast wouldn't be a podcast without a poem. And this poem is written by yours truly, Mose Harden the Great. And it's taken from my book, The Love Inside, available now where books are sold. And this poem is called Fly Away. Wings lifted, stretched far and wide. Nothing left to lose, except the fear weighing me down. Finally free to be the eagle I am. Yeah, I decided to read something short and sweet in lieu of my podcast subject matter for today. And today's subject is blocked blessings, ? Blocked blessings, ? And I have to say, I hope this resonates with you guys who listen and support me. I really appreciate it. You know, my podcast is more like a open diary or journal for me, is as my poetry and my books and everything I put my name on. So this podcast subject or this particular episode won't be any different. And I want to talk about blocked blessings and what that actually means, because I think we use that a lot in the world, spiritually speaking, from a lot of different angles. And I'm not sure I totally understand what it means. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're a spiritual person, you just want God to bless your life and the things that you're trying to do for your life. And I've been questioning whether my blessings have been blocked or are they being blocked. And honestly, I don't think they are. I really think that maybe I'm being protected from the future. And what I mean by that, maybe some things aren't timing. Maybe it's just timing. Because I have to admit, as I've said in other podcasts, I look at the world and some of the things that I want for my life scare me a little bit in terms of being rich, being famous, and all that goes with that as far as the world is concerned. Because I already have distrust issues and I have anger issues and issues that I'm working on that I think may be blocking my blessings, in terms of maybe God doesn't think I'm ready for those moments yet. I feel like I am, because I feel like it's the only way I'm going to know is if I'm thrown into those situations. And I may regret saying that. But my point is, I don't think people block our blessings, because I've had God bring people in and out of my life for various reasons, various stages of my life. So I don't think people are doing it, because on the creative side, I've always been this Mose. Now, personally, I've had some challenges in terms of friendships and relationships, but I've always been this person. I've always wanted more for my life, and I've never let anybody really discourage me from that. But I have to admit, along the way, like I said before, I think my intentions were different than other people. Like, I genuinely support my friends. I genuinely want them to be successful. I genuinely want people to have more and live their best life. I've never felt anything different. But I think the biggest mistake I made was expecting them to have the same feelings for me, that they wanted success for me as well. And that's why I think my block blessings have happened, is I was around the wrong people, and they were purposely trying to keep me from moving forward. And that's the part that I'm really struggling with, because I feel like I've seen online how people get behind and rally behind people to move them forward, whether it's something they're doing on TikTok or something they're doing that quote unquote goes viral. And my goal is to go viral in my own way. Why do I have to do something to draw attention to myself that's not me? Why do I have to be naked, or why do I have to do a song and dance? Why can't I just be myself? Because again, I've gone through, I've done the videos, I've done the dancing, I've done all when I was younger. But, I'm in my 50s now, so my priorities have changed. I don't have the same feelings or the same aspirations that I had. I'm not even in the same space in my head that I was in many moons ago. And I'm proud of that, actually. I'm proud of the fact that I've grown as a person, as a human being. But I keep saying I know that some people haven't grown with me. And there are people I've cut out of my life that really have no space in my life. And it's not about forgiveness or hating someone. I really don't hate anybody. I just don't want to be around people that don't want the best for me. Those are the people I think that block our blessings. And but I think that God is really wanting to see how we prepare ourselves for what we're asking for. And I like to believe every day I'm trying to prepare myself for the future that I want. And I refuse to give up on it. I just refuse to. I'm one of those people that will fight to the death, so to speak. And I know the kind of life I want. And then I know the kind of life I want to help other people with. I don't want anybody to go through the things I've gone through in my life. Financially, health. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. The emotional baggage I've had to carry, and my anger, and so many things that flood my mind, the worrying about different things, and the tragedies that I've had in my life. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I don't think the world owes me anything. But I kept thinking, I've gotten past a lot of stuff. I don't think I'm better than anybody else, but there are things that I don't want to do anymore. I spent time in the club and hanging out and doing different things. And I like dancing, I like partying, but I did that. I still enjoy an occasional dance here and there. And, like I said, going to the club or a good barbecue. But that's not where my priorities are, and making friends. If I make a friend, wonderful. But I'm not taking applications for new friends. I'm really not. Acquaintances, I have no issue with. But I think people's idea of friendship is just different now for me. I don't think we're on the same page. My friends really look out for me and I look out for them. It's just mutual. The preachiness, and because my friends know that, whether they're in relationships or not in relationship, jobs or no jobs, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there if they don't have anything. I'm going to be there if they have a lot, a little, nothing. They know. My friends and family that know me know that that's not why I'm your friend. I've had friends that had money, friends that didn't have no money, friends that ain't never had money, friends that are educated, friends that aren't educated, but I treated them all the same. I didn't separate them. I wasn't friends with this person because they had more education than my other friend who didn't have the same education or the same background. I've had single moms that were friends. I've had women friends that didn't have no kids, women friends that were married, divorced. Same with my male friends. I have straight male friends. I have gay male friends. I never really hung around one person. If you came to my house, you can't assume everybody was gay. That's just not how I rolled. I still don't roll like that. Again, everybody's not. I keep saying I know I've grown as a person because of the people I've associated myself with. Most of my friends were college educated, and they never made me feel bad about not having the education that they had. And they were always willing to share wisdom with me. But the only issue I had with those people that they really didn't want me to be more successful than them. And I find it troubling that nobody wants to share the spotlight with me. And that's what it boils down to for me. And I've never, even though people have shunned me and ridiculed me and done things behind my back to my face, I've never wanted to treat people the way people have treated me. And I know that sounds really crazy. As much, to quote Beyonce, I think the best revenge is your paper. To be successful is the best revenge. Focus on your creativity, your art, and just do you. And the other thing I was concerned about, I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure you do, Amanda Seales and Monique and Taraji and all these different women that are coming out and quote unquote speaking on the treatment of black women in the entertainment industry. And to me now they're sounding like they're complaining, and I don't want to sound like that. I do have issues with a lot of things and a lot of people. But I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I don't want to gaslight people. I'm always gaslighting myself, but I don't want to get into this. The world is such an ugly place. I think people already know that. And I want to offer solutions or how to get through it. Because, like I said, racism might not end on my watch. I might not live to see the world change into maybe a better place. But I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't tell people what I think they should do or what has helped me. And then the other thing is, yes, I pray faithfully. I pray and I do my due diligence and I my moments of silence and meditation. I do all those things. But sometimes people want to know, what exactly are you doing every day? What's your physical? What are you doing to feel better? And I can say, I read and I read and I read and I read some more. And I don't mind going to YouTube. I don't mind looking at people's testimonies online. But people can say anything. I read a lot. I read and I want to absorb because I do want to be better. Extremely better. And if I'm blocking my blessings by holding on to something internally, then I want to let that go. And I guess that's my point. I don't think it's anybody external blocking me. I think God can bless you and change your life, and then you have to decide who you want in your life. I don't really think God is making that choice for us. And again, I don't think he's blocking us. I think for example, if you're seeing someone or dating someone, or if you're around friends and you're dumbing down or you're choosing not to be creative around that person, then that's you. That's not God. You're choosing to dumb down. You're choosing to not be yourself around somebody. And I can honestly say, as you've heard in other podcasts, I don't give a damn. If people like me, I am probably more blacker, more confident than I've ever felt in my entire life. And the only regrets I have is I wish I could go back in time and change my whole perspective. Because there are a lot of things that I believed to be true. And they were just lies I was telling myself and lies that people were telling me. And that's the only disservice I believe I did to myself, is I believed the foolishness. People were telling me things and I was telling myself stuff and people were signing off on it and I was believing them. Who knows me better than me and God? Nobody knows me. And if you're dumbing down your life for someone, or again, not trying to be better, or your goals, and somebody's making you feel bad, that's you blocking your blessings. They're not blocking your blessings. And believe me, I have no problems, distancing myself from people. Those needs to cuss people out. And, once I tell you how I feel, I'm done with it. I'm not getting into this long, drawn out, I got to tell you this and I got to get the last word. I'm not saying anything else. Once I've spoken and spoke my piece about it, I have no need to revisit the conversation, reread the book that I've already read. Most of the people that have done me wrong know that they've done me wrong. And even the ones that don't know, if they think about it, they know they did. And as far as me getting online and, like I said, saying all these different things about people, and I'm not giving anybody power over me. I'm not letting anybody rent space in my head ever again if I can help it. And my point in saying all that is, like I said, the question mark on block blessing is, are we doing it? Are we blocking our blessings? I don't think it's external. I don't think it's a job. I don't think it's a situation. I think it's us. Are we opening ourselves up to the possibility of success? Am I opening myself up? Because I'm not going to lie, I am fearful of having a lot of money. Not because I don't want it, it's just that I know what it brings out in people. And I've never been one of those people that has been bougie or, looking down on people. I have issues being around people like that, and I know you can choose the people you associate with. And I just think people come out of the woodwork when you move into a different space. And I'm trying to get myself prepared for those kind of people. And I want to move in those spaces, but also the reason I want to is because I want to be the person that brings other people like me into the room. Because I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. And then I don't think there's anything wrong if you did grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth. It's about self-respect and bringing people up and lifting people. Because we're in such a time where I don't know how people do it. And rich people, poor people, black people, everybody needs to come together and really keep each other encouraged. Because I think that's why people are losing their minds and shooting people and doing all these crazy things, because they don't feel like they have no hope. And again, I don't think we're blocking our blessings. I think we are in a standstill. And I think we have to continue to open ourselves up to other people. And something else I was realizing that I'm always kind to people. Like I'm always doing little thoughtful things for people and giving gifts, whether it's a card saying thank you. And I was feeling bad because I feel like sometimes I'm being taken for granted. That people are taking advantage of my kindness. And I was talking to a coworker about it, and she kind of said that, maybe you shouldn't worry about that because, your intentions are good. You can't worry about their intentions. And honestly, I believe that because I know that that's why God has blessed me continuously throughout my life, because I have been kind and nurturing to people, and he knows my intentions are good. Even though people may have hurt me, he knew my intent was not to be malicious or anything of that nature. And again, I've never rolled over anybody to get ahead. Never. I've never felt the need to, not a family member, not a friend. When I'm happy, if they want me to come support them, I'm clapping the loudest in the audience. I'm the most supportive person I know. But I have yet to really receive that back from a magnitude of people. And I can count on maybe both hands how many people have really supported me throughout my life. I mean, really gone the extra mile to see Mose do well. And that's the biggest challenge I have, is really forgiving those people and saying, you know what, I can do this. And I just want to encourage people to focus on you and your relationship with God. If you have a relationship with God, and this is not preaching you to tell you what you need to do, but we say this, we should surround ourselves with positive people. And that's true. We really do. We really have to surround ourselves with people that are lifting us, encouraging us, supporting us, because this world can be some shit sometimes we dealing with, and I don't know how I do it. I really don't. And I have to say, podcasting really is like therapy for me, because it really is. And I'm working on the live conversations. I definitely want to engage with different people, and I want to take my podcast to another level and have interesting, thought-provoking conversations. And it's always going to be that, and I'm not trying to get people to agree with everything I say. That's not what this is about. It's just getting a perspective to realize that you're not alone, and that to realize everybody doesn't think like you. So again, this is not about trying to get people to agree with me, but shed some light. Okay, maybe tell me something I didn't know. I love learning something new. And I love people's testimonies. I literally love reading autobiographies, and I love reading about what people have overcome. Because I'm like, if they can do that, then I can do this. So I'm obsessed with documentaries and just finding how interesting how people's lives have been traumatic, but they still manage to succeed. And I feel like those are the people I want to help. So if I get my 15 minutes of fame, I want to be able to do that. But honestly, I don't ever want to go back to being broke. Once I reach that level of success and I'm financially secure or in a better place, I don't ever want to come back, and I will never apologize for whatever success God has for me. Those days of, I'll be humble and I'm grateful, but I'll never apologize. I don't think anyone should apologize for their success, especially if they worked hard and they really, no matter how they got there, you don't owe anybody an explanation on your success. Education, family, whatever. I don't believe in that. And dumbing down for, you've worked hard to stick your chest out. I say stick it out. Hold your head up high. Whether it's your marriage, it's successful, your kids, whatever. They don't know the sacrifices and the turmoil you might have went through just to get them through college. It's a big deal. Make it a big deal. Party. Have a good time. And like I said, I don't think we're blocking each other's blessings. I think God is preparing us, and we just have to decide to be patient with Him. But I don't think anybody's blocking me. I really don't. I think it's all about timing. And the only thing I can do is be patient with myself, continue to put out good content, creativity, and that anything that has my name on it has to represent greatness. Anything. Anything that you see Mose Hardin's name on, believe me, I've signed off on it. It's great. And I need God to sign off on me with the same attitude, because He know I'm going to represent. And I said all this to say that I've been kind of hard on myself, because I've been really fighting some things, some demons in the last couple months, couple years, and I'm really trying to let those things go. So I definitely need your encouragement on that. But also, I want to talk about my Black Man Magic movement. I'm in the process of getting some t-shirts made that I do hope you guys will support, and they will be available soon. So online initially, and I want you guys to buy. I want you to purchase one, maybe for a friend, a nephew, son, grandfather. And the good thing about these shirts is that there's no age limit. It's like you can buy it for your grandfather, you can buy it for your dad or your uncle, your brother, cousin. And I just was inspired by the Black Girl Magic phenomenon, I guess. And I wrote a poem about it in one of my books, and it's actually featured on the t-shirt. But Black men are magical too. And it's not a take or a dig at Black girl magic. It's Black men are phenomenal. And we just need to be reminding each other how phenomenal we actually are. So I kind of want to start a movement of Black Men Magic. So be looking for that. And I do hope that you can encourage another Black man on his journey, because our journeys are different, but we deal with some shit no matter what level we're on. And then also I want to talk about my Black exhibit experience. The proceeds from the t-shirts are going to fund my Black experience exhibit. I have a vision in my head, and it's going to cost money to get it the way I would like. So the product and just to set it up, and then there are a few people that I would like to be able to pay to help me with this event. So again, it's going to still happen. It's just one of those things that, again, I got to get my coins in order and being able to put this show on and sell my product and take my brand to the next level. And as I've said before, I don't do raggedy shit. If my name is on it, it's got to be great. It's got to be great for me before I present it to anybody. I'm just not one of those people that's going to half-ass on anything. Anybody that knows me, if I do something, it's got to be phenomenal, or at least be appealing to the eyes and I know the feeling that I want people to have when they come to my events. And I've always managed to do that. I've always managed to make people feel something or have a different attitude when they left. But anyway, I want to say, as always, Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. By all means, buy a book. You know, if you go online, you can Google me and you'll see my books, any of my poetry books. I know you will enjoy them. I had to say that. But anyway, as always, I pray life is treating you well wherever you are in the world, and that you're one day closer to your dreams, hopes, aspirations coming true. Thank you for listening.